at FUtube, we receive so many messages about airlines and poor service that we've got our own Mile High Club. Just not a very fun one. First up is Anna, who was going to book a Singapore Airlines flight through Webjet because the ticket seemed cheaper than on the airline's site.
It was important to me to know whether the fare rules allowed date changes to be made, but I couldn't find any specific information about the ticket's terms and conditions on the Webjet site.
Seems like a reasonable concern because
you never know what's going to happen in life.
That's the case for everyone, but as Anna knows,
especially when you've got kids.
So Anna started a live online chat session with Webjet customer service, and they told her,
"We can only say the exact rules once booked."
It might not have sounded exactly like that, probably more like this. To which Anna replied,
"You mean I have to pay for the flight before I know the fare rules?"
And Webjet said,
"My apologies, as we can't provide it upon booking, only afterwards."
It might not have looked exactly like that, probably more like this. Anna didn't proceed with the booking, and maybe that's a good thing. Webjet's terms and conditions say, Webjet reserves the right to charge amendment or cancellation fees. Team Anna reckons,
No fair, Webjet!
We asked Webjet about Anna's FU. They say they have a robust display of fare rules for domestic and New Zealand flights, which is 90% of their business. But for international bookings, fares and conditions are more complicated, and the information Webjet gets is hard to distill.
And our online support team doesn't work in spas.
Webjet says fishing out that info for each international fare isn't practical, so they give a generic summary on their site, with agents trained to provide more specific information if asked for it. To their credit, in Anna's case, they acknowledge a
failing of our customer service.
They say they'll train support staff better on how to access that info if customers ask for it. But if you're booking international flights on Webjet, take extra care. And remember, Webjet's rule or the airlines can't override your consumer law rights. Isn't that right? Next up is a complaint from a lady who had some trouble flying to Bali, but she doesn't want to be acknowledged. She says for flights to Bali, Jetstar heavily promotes fares like
$199,
but aren't so clear about conditions like
check baggage not included.
She asks,
how is this not drip pricing?
What's drip pricing again? Well, when the head of the ACCC was asked that recently, he said,
Drip pricing involves the incremental disclosure of fees and charges over an online booking process.
So you're on the right track, anonymous person. Let's say you buy a flight to Bali only to find that it'll cost between $80 and $180 to take a bag with you. Then that might be a concern. But even if you are the kind of person who carries less than 10 kilograms of luggage with you when you go overseas, you could still get stung if that airline charged $5 per person to guarantee that you could sit next to the people you booked your flight with. And then again, if that airline charged booking fees of $8.50 to $12.50 per passenger per fare for simply using a normal credit card to pay. So we've asked the ACCC, given your concerns about drip pricing, when are you closing down Jetstar? Look, this is the business model of all discount airlines, not just Jetstar. They offer you discount rates for your seat and then charge you for everything else. It's just what they do. Complaining about this is like,
hello, deadly snakes are us? I'd like to complain.
So, the next time you see an amazing Jetstar promotion, remember the one thing their ads are spot on about.
At Jetstar, low fares are just part of the story.
Our next high-altitude FU came from Emma Louise to Virgin.
On my flight from LA to Brisbane, they lost one of my suitcases.
Well, hey, at least they let you take one.
Not the suitcase full of all the souvenirs I bought for my friends and family.
Thank God for that.
But they did lose the suitcase that had all my clothes in it.
Not all your clothes.
I'm asking for just $800 to replace all of the clothes I lost, which was coincidentally all of my winter clothes.
Well, you could probably get a decent fur coat or two out of that giant bear on the bed behind you. Look, most of us understand there are occasionally mishaps with luggage, and that can be annoying, but it took an awfully long time for Virgin to compensate Emma.
I submitted my claim at the start of the year, and I've been waiting, and I've been calling and emailing.
And hoping and thinking and praying.
In any case, a few days ago, Virgin finally did offer Emma some money. Possibly because they could see her grassroots social media campaign was turning public opinion against them. Unfortunately, they also made her sign a confidentiality agreement as part of the settlement, so she can't say how it was resolved. What we can tell you is that most airlines give compensation if they lose your luggage. It's outlined in the conditions of carriage. And remember, they all say you have to make a claim in writing within 3 to 7 days. Too bad consumers can't impose the same timeframes on getting their claims processed. Hey, Emma. And that's it for our FUTube Airline special. Apart from AirAsia forcing you to pay for more expensive seats when you change your flight times, Ryanair charging $125 if you don't bring your boarding pass with you, Jetstar requiring you to be sick for over 6 months to refund a ticket on medical grounds, Tiger Air charging one group of 5 over $1,400 for excess baggage, and Tiger Air charging someone else $239 worth of fees for a $6 ticket. Not to mention the changes to the Qantas Frequent Flyer program.
Thank you, Qantas. I feel ripped off.
So, be careful out there. Good night.